A while ago I was asked by a subscriber to do a video on naked warriors, so I figure I might as well. The great thing about naked warriors, and this goes for both the naked warriors of Arverni and the other barbarian factions, and the other units that have a bonus against infantry, is that they are very fast. They are fast units, they are mobile, they are able to run around flanks very quickly. The challenge in using them is that they are light infantry. They're not going to be like getting charged by cavalry or by enemy heavy infantry. Although they are meant to counter infantry, they are so fragile, so vulnerable. Let's just see what happens when they get charged by cavalry here. This unit is under fire from Syrian archers. Look at how quickly they're dropping. And this is what happens to the naked warriors when they are charged by cavalry. Getting knocked down, and half the unit just disappears. The Socii are pulling out. While that's going on, this unit of naked warriors is getting absolutely destroyed due to their lack of armor. And these are the main two weaknesses of naked warriors, naked swords, ambushers, units like that. Cavalry charges are going to massacre them in no time, and just one cavalry charge is enough to render the unit almost combat ineffective. 4 naked warriors left in the unit, and that's it. The Socii defeated them without taking a single casualty of their own. The auxiliary Syrian archers destroyed the units, so the counters to these units will be skirmishers and cavalry. Now, the thing that they are meant to do is that they're meant to charge in against infantry and do a lot of damage to them. But they can't really take infantry head on and come out with a lot of men remaining. So one of the things that's going to be effective is to use cavalry in a frontal charge against a unit like these legionaries. Charge the naked warriors in afterwards to deny the charge of the legionaries. That's going to destroy the legionaries quickly. But compare that to the legionaries up against the naked warriors here. The naked warriors get a lot of kills on the charge, but then they're just getting ground down by the legionaries due to the lack of armor on the naked warriors. The naked warriors here were able to defeat the legionaries decisively, killing 119 men and having 82 left. But over here things are not as good for the naked warriors. They should be able to defeat the legionaries, but not without losing so many men that they basically become combat ineffective. So in a 1 versus 1 situation, they are going to be able to defeat infantry that is more expensive than they are, but they're going to be much more effective when they are being supported by cavalry. Here we'll do a little test. They're going to charge in against Hastati here, and they're going to charge in against legionaries. Against Hastati, they are going to take a lot of damage from the javelins on the charge. Against the legionaries, they used their frenzy charge, and frenzy is going to make them very tired and reduce their effectiveness. So when using frenzy charge against these legionaries, they actually lost. That's pretty bad. Legionaries are not great units. Against the Hastati, they were able to win. Now we're going to go for a rear charge with frenzy against these legionaries. The legionaries are attacked in the rear, but still these naked warriors are dying so quickly just because they lack armor. And that's it. They were able to get a rear charge on the legionary units, but they were defeated. So naked warriors are a massively problematic unit to use, because they have such distinct weaknesses against enemy cavalry and against enemy skirmishers. One thing to note is that the Creative Assembly has made a mistake in the pricing of the mercenary naked swords for Pontus. So these are actually great units because they are so cheap. They can destroy enemy infantry that is much more expensive than they are. And the reason why they are so cheap is just because of a pricing error. Because if you look at the exact same units for Galatia, they cost 480, and at 480 they are so expensive that it's basically not worth bringing them. But at at 380 they suddenly become viable, and they suddenly become overpowered. If they're able to be supported, if they're able to go for rail charges, and they're supported by infantry or cavalry, you will see these units being able to get 200 kills against superior enemy troops. But if they are charged directly themselves, if they start eating precursor javelins, if they start eating cavalry charges, the naked warriors are going to die super quickly. So they can be a nice unit to bring, they can be fun to play with, but just be aware that they will die to anything and everything, and that is why I don't like these units, because compared to something like Celtic Warriors, Galatian Swords or Hastati, they just don't have the staying power that they need. One slight miss micro and you will lose that unit in seconds to cavalry and to missile fire. So that's it for the Naked Swords, a fun unit, but a unit that is very difficult to use against an opponent that knows how to counter them. You counter them by just hitting them with cavalry and denying them their awesome charge bonus, because they do have an awesome charge bonus. For Arverni, the Naked Warriors have a charge bonus of 36 that increases to over 50 with Frenzy Charge. And for the Galatian Naked Swords, they have a charge bonus of 32. Not as good as the Naked Warriors, but still massive. They have the same weaknesses, they die really, really easily. Strength and honor.